Happy Sunday, Donald. Good morning. Well, I'm better than good, and you? Well, what would you like to talk about today? Modeling? You know, it's funny you should bring up that subject, because I was watching a movie last night, The American President with Michael Douglas, and I thought of you. You know what I thought? How the many sides of your personality model Michael Douglas movies. Seriously. Which movies? Well, first is Wall Street. You've certainly made some savvy business decisions in an environment that is predominantly political. As Calvin Coolidge said, the business of America is business. Clearly, much of the electorate wanted some hard business decisions to be made at the federal level, or you wouldn't have been elected. Business logic over political sentiment. In the same vein, the sequel, Money Never Sleeps, models the temptation to relax our present directives in favor of filling our churches on Easter. Another modeling of Michael Douglas movies is kind of a combination of two of them. It's your fatal attraction to the China syndrome. There's clearly enough blame to go around on this thing, Donald. As Keith, one of my subscribers, pointed out, and I quote from his email, Donald was called a xenophobe when he stopped all incoming flights from China on January 31st. Well, secondly, culpable also are Governor Cuomo for preventing hydroxychloroquine from an in-need consumer patient's use without a hospital visit. And as late as January 10th, Mayor de Blasio of New York telling everyone to travel and visit New York. But not to be outdone, Representative Pelosi doubling down, inviting the world to visit San Francisco as late as February 3rd. A balanced presentation of facts behooves fair and open discussion. Haven't we had enough one-sidedness out there? Fair enough. And finally, from the movie, The American President, President Andrew Shepard, who realized, spoiler alert here, that he was too busy to keep trying to keep his job, that is, seeking re-election, than doing his job to form a more perfect union of we the people. There is one inescapable challenge when we discuss modeling. The experts are trying to predict results from an unreliable data source. Virtually none of the relevant numbers are in yet. Testing has been very minimal. Some states have a shelter-in-place directive and others don't. And the biggest variable of them all is the American people themselves. What percentage are responsibly adhering to the social distancing doctrines, and what percentage are ignoring the mandates? Aren't they the visible enemy? They need to be scolded severely like a child without a conscience. The manner of their apathy is appalling. And do keep in mind that the first three letters of manners are M-A-N. They spell man. So let's man up together during these very challenging times. After all, the sacrifice of staying home pales in comparison to that of our troops on the medical front lines. One more thought on modeling. The country making the most measurable progress in this world war is South Korea. Wouldn't it behoove us to listen to their top expert leading their charge? His name is Professor Kim Woo-Ju, and I heard an interview with him. And the three main points that I digested from his interview were to maintain social distancing, wear a mask when out in public, which I mentioned last week, and I'm glad to see that the CDC concurs with the eminent professor, finally. And the third takeaway is a little bit more subtle. When asked how the virus is transmitted, Dr. Kim said that the skin is effective as a barrier to prevent infection. You must continually wash your hands, though, because the transmission comes through the nose, the mouth, and the eyes, which we all frequently touch, right? The interviewer then asked if we covered the nose and the mouth with a mask. That clearly helps. But what about the eyes, Dr. Kim? Well, he said to the interviewer, "You're wearing glasses, aren't you?" Donald, under the heading of modeling the most successful, I haven't heard anyone talk about shielding the eyes. Would you look into that, please? Right. Right. Well, that's all I've got on modeling for today. Okay. You're welcome. I'll be here. All right. Have a good Sunday. Bye-bye. And because we never end a phone call on a philosophical note, let's all get out there and charge! I'll see you tomorrow, and stay safe.